Good Guys Automotive reporting to you live March 31st, 2018 from the bunker in beautiful Lake Moore, Illinois. Today we're going to give you an update on our 1959 Cadillac LS swap project. We got a lot of work done since the last video. I had actually made a couple of other videos and had a problem uploading them to YouTube, so I don't know what the deal was. But it's cool because this one encompasses everything that we've done lately anyway. We got our Holly accessory kit all mounted up. We got our power steering pulley on. We got our steel braided Detroit Speed custom power steering lines that go to the 59 Caddy power steering gearbox. This is a late model Corvette style pump, so we converted it to AN fittings. Here's the AN pressure hose fitting that runs behind the engine. So now we finally were able to mount our pulley, our belt, our reservoir. What else do we have going on? We made a custom shift linkage. It's our Speedway motors. Custom, well, it's can't quite see it there. Custom shift linkage. And that allows us to have our park, reverse, neutral, overdrive, 3, 2, and all the way back up. So that's hooked up. All of our wiring is done. I'm sorry, it's not done, but we've got the wiring for the coolant temp sensor. I repaired a lot of the 59 Cadillac wiring as it was just deteriorating. This goes back into our airbag control box. We got a new heater wire here. This is going to be our new compressor wire. Power our Sandin SD7 compressor when we get our air conditioning built. We got our oil pressure sensor, custom oil pressure sensor installed down there. We drilled and tapped the oil cooler hose cover and put a 59 Cadillac oil pressure sender in there so we can hook that up to the light and make that function as it's supposed to. And then we got a hybrid cooling temperature sensor that I got to wire into the LS harness. We got the intake manifold on, the LS wiring harness, injector harness, ignition coils. I haven't put those on yet. I still got work to do. I don't want to put them in the way. I got to do some modifications on the LS harness. This harness is like a generic standalone LS, LS harness. But as I can see, it's going to need some modification in order to get everything to work together. We got a 4-pin alternator. We only got a 2-wire on the harness. The oil pressure sender for the computer that's behind the manifold. The harness has the wrong connector for it, a different plug. I got to get the alternator wired up, get the starter wired up. So I'm going to have to move some things around a little bit. But, it's not going to be too much trouble. And then the harness comes over here. This is where you install once we get the inner fenders back on, I'm going to install these this harness and the computer powertrain control module. Actually, this one. Powertrain control module goes here. This is our fuse box, breaker box. We got OBD connector here. And an engine light we can hook up. And somewhere there's the connector right here. It is for the trans controller. So that stuff, I got to get the rest of the wiring harness routed and make the modifications that I have to make, and then I can determine where I'm going to go ahead and mount all this stuff and how I'm going to make it look nice. And then integrate that with the existing 59 Cadillac wiring so that everything works the way it's supposed to. But it's really coming together. As for the exhaust, the stock manifolds are not going to work, so I'm going to have to go ahead and order some center dump block huggers to get it to go ahead and clear the steering gearbox and to dump in the correct place where I can go ahead and take it from the collector down and form an exhaust that's going to work. So we got a lot of progress going. I checked in with the engine shop. They're working on our new font for our Cadillac coil covers. And air conditioning pieces from Vintage Air are on the way. And then I got to source an evaporator and make a custom piece, and I can start to get that together. So we're getting towards the end, making a lot of progress. I got to order a mechanical fan. I got heater hoses already. I'm going to go ahead and get a radiator and some radiator hoses, and we're going to get the front of this thing bolted on and start putting some more pieces on. So we got a lot more to bolt up. Good Guys Automotive Performance. Check us out on the web at www.goodguysautomotiveperformance.com, or give us a call with any questions or to set an appointment at 224-633-0012. And we'll see you at your next service.